The day has come. If you guys did not catch my most recent, my entire physical TBR video, then you're missing out. Go watch it. I will wait, because we are going to do multiple renditions of this video. I did an updated version of everything I have on my TBR and asked you guys to drop your comments in that video, one book per comment, as to what you want to see me read. And so I have the random comment picker up, and we are going to pick 3 books that you guys want to see me read, and read them, duh. So, our first one, I gotta allow anything goes, loading the comments. The first one is The Shadows, which I actually just read this for a different video, which is so funny. So, that will be in a video where my friend Maria picks my TBR, so go check that one out, Elizabeth, if you want to see that, because I've already read it. The next one is from Tracy, and she said The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden. And what's also so funny is I literally just picked that for a different video. This is going bad. That's going to be in my Magic the Gathering Picks My TBR. So, if you want to see that, go check that one out. Trying again. Okay, this one's also by Elizabeth, and she is suggesting this one, My Friends by Fredrik Backman, and this will be my second Fredrik Backman. The first book I read by him was A Man Called Ove, and I did not really like it. I think I ended up giving it 3 stars by the end, but I thought it was quite boring. So I am very interested to see if I like this one any better. The world is full of miracles, but none are greater than how far a young person can be carried by someone else's belief in them. So I know this is a story about friendship, but I don't really know much more, but this will be book 1. Let's pick again. Picking again. Oh my god, it's literally all books that I've already read. And I haven't read that many books since filming this. How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, literally one of the funniest books I read in 2024. So, you know what I'm going to do? Tabitha. There is a book that I'm reading coming up, regardless of if it's in a video or not. So, I think because Tabitha picked that, I think it's a good opportunity to just throw in the second book in the series. I think because it is a series, and I did say that if you pick a series, I'll just read the next book in the series that was specified. So this is the next book in that series, and this is Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal, and I am buddy reading this with my friend Andrea next week. So I think that's actually a perfect pick. So thank you, it's Tabitha. Next and final pick, it's The Littlest Library, which is in a different video that I just filmed for. Okay, also by Elizabeth, we have Meet Me in the Margin. This is like a sticker kind of stuck on it. Oh, this is book 2 in this series. It is about Atlas from book 1. It is his story, and it's going to be themed to... I hate how these books have pictures in it. I actually hate it. This is going to be themed to Home Alone, and I hope that this is so funny with a bunch of pranks in it. That's like my hopes and dreams. So then we have Meet Me in the Margins. I need to get this sticker off. I just haven't. This is, I think, a cute little book about books, which is a topic that I do in fact love, which is so funny that the other one that I just had to skip over because it's being in a different video, The Littlest Library, is going to be in my most recent Goodreads Picks My TBR video. So I couldn't pick that, but we've got Meet Me in the Margins by Melissa Ferguson, and this is about Savannah. Savannah's dreams are coming true. Claire Donovan, editor-in-chief of the most successful romance imprint in the country, has requested to see the manuscript Savannah's been secretly writing while working as an editor herself, except at her publishing house. The philosophy is only highbrow works are worth printing, and commercial fiction, particularly romance, should be reserved for the lowest level of Dante's Inferno. But when Savannah drops her manuscript during a staff meeting, nearly exposing herself to the whole company, including William Pennington, new publisher and son of romance-despising CEO herself, she races to hide the manuscript and the secret turret room of the old Victorian office. When she returns, she's dismayed to discover that someone has not only been in her hidden room, but has written notes in the margins, quite critical ones. But when Claire's own reaction turns out to be nearly identical to the scribbled remarks, and worse, Claire announces that Savannah has 6 weeks to resubmit before she retires. Savannah finds herself forced to seek help of the shadowy editor after all. As her note, oh my god, it's notes sharing. I love notes. I love notes in a book. Oh, I'm gonna love this. I'm so excited. So here are the books that we're gonna read that you picked for me. Okay guys, we're finally getting started on this video. I have been out of town and a bit under the weather, so I have lacked and slacked on the reading. But we are going to start with Meet Me in the Margins because my Libby hold is due very soon. I've gotten like 26% of the way into this and I don't really have much to say than what's like on the back. We have our main character Savannah. She is an editor for this company and they're very like highbrow literary type books. She's really into romance. She writes a romance manuscript. She drops it at a meeting in front of everybody and she's worried that they're gonna like find out. And the like boss's son has started working there. She drops it in front of him and she's like really worried that it's gonna be this whole like thing. And then she has like it kind of like hidden, and when she goes to look at her manuscript, somebody has like found it, read it, and written all in the margins like a bunch of notes. So that's kind of where we're at, and that's pretty much what the back says, which is kind of what you expect for the first like chunk of the book, is to be the description of the book. So far not much more to say other than I've started it and I hope that it's good. I think I will really like at least one of the other two books. I don't really know about the Fredrik Backman. The only Fredrik Backman I've read is A Man Called Ove. I do plan on listening to my friends because I think I would have liked A Man Called Ove better on audio. But we're going to continue on with Meet Me in the Margins. The way in which I have you stuck inside the laundry basket is crazy. But we did finish Meet Me in the Margins yesterday, and I did give this book 3 stars. Basically, as you continued through the story, we had Savannah, and she had her like manuscript for her romance novel. And as I mentioned, somebody found like this secret area, because the office that she works for is in like an old house, and it's like this attic room. And somebody found the room and edited the first chapter of her book. She has the opportunity to like send her book in to possibly be seen by a romance publisher. And she's like, well, I'm retiring, and like if I thought that this was like ready to go, I would like be in full support, but like a lot of work needs to be done to it. And she's like, oh well, I have an editor. And so she starts writing notes back to whoever this mysterious person who was editing her paper, being like, I need help, will you help me? The mysterious person agrees. Then we have, what's his name? William. We have William, who is her boss's son, who's been working at the company, and they start to develop this bit of a friendship where she is also simultaneously starting to develop a little bit of a crush on whoever it is who's editing her paper. She thinks the guy editing it is this guy Sam, who she went on a date with, and when the person editing her paper leaves notes being like, oh, like I kind of like you, she's like, well, I'm sorry, like I have feelings for somebody else, because she has developed feelings for William. Lo and behold, they're the same person. Everything about it was very predictable, and it was just okay. But I did not hate it, and the cover is super cute, so I'm happy with that. So I'll count this as a win from you guys and the things you've been making me read for this video. Next up, I think I'll probably do Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal next, because I'm looking forward to it more than my friends, and I am a little bit under the weather, and I don't think I have the mental capacity for something like my friends right now. So that being said, let's move on. When in doubt, Meghan Quinn it out. You know what I mean? Y'all, I have been reading shit book after shit book after shit book. I'm looking at the last, in this past week, I've DNF'd two books, given one book 3 stars and 3 books 2 stars. And I'm gonna lose my damn mind. On top of that, being sick is not a good combo. We're gonna read this next in my life. Book 2 for this video. I think Meet Me at the Margins was the first one, which was my highest rating this week. But I'm hoping that this is good. I've read 2 other Meghan Quinns. I read Till Summer Do Us Part, and then I read book 1 in this series, the like Grinch one, How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. So now we have Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal, and I have high hopes. And it better be good, and it better make me LOL and feel joy, and I need it, guys, because I'm falling apart. I have the world's silliest, quickest reading update on this book. I read 2 chapters physically, and I did start annotating because there's so many funny Home Alone references so far in this book. This is about Atlas, or Max, from book 1, and it's his story. But again, I got 2 chapters in, and I was like, no. I have to listen to this on audio. One thing about this series, how cool is that? Is there is these like narrator parts that are italicized, and it's like this overarching narrator of like the story. And the audio does such a good job of having like a different narrator with like an accent to the narration part, and honestly I think that it added so much to book 1 that I was like, I can't. So I have the audio, and we're gonna switch to audio for this one. Okay, friends, we are about halfway through Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal. And I just have to say, the amount of Home Alone references in this book, so good. I started the first couple of chapters, like, reading it. So I'm just going to read you some of the references, because it's literally just the prologue in chapter 1. Atlas, you're what the French call les and whatever, dead. His friend are... Look what you did, you jerk. His friend Cole from book 1 texting him, you're a fucking disease, man. Has me dying. Over here, he says, I think I made my family disappear. Also hilarious. And also Cole says to him, woof, man. But we've gotten a bunch of different references from the movie, and I am live, laugh, loving that. I will say, I don't feel like I'm liking this one as much as book 1 so far. There is just something about these characters that I don't like as much, which is shocking because I really liked Max in book 1, but I feel like he's really cocky and it's pissing me off in this book. But basically, Max's family goes on this trip to Europe. They just kind of leave. He wakes up in the morning. The night before they leave, he's kind of like throwing a fit like Kevin in Home Alone, saying that he thinks people are trying to move into the farm behind them. There is this rule in Kringletown that like you can't have competing businesses that are like doing the same thing. And so his family's like, there's nothing to worry about. Like, you can't put a farm right there. He's like, right, cool, whatever. But is simultaneously pissed because his parents are kind of like not taking him seriously. So in the morning he wakes up, everybody's gone. They've gone on this trip to Europe and are leaving him to take care of the Christmas tree farm. And so we find out that there's this guy in town who he and Max, enemies, okay? And this enemy, his niece, who is like the same age as him, her name's Betty, she moves in and she is going to be taking over this farm. It turns out the farm is just outside of like the city limits of Kringletown, so they are able to make it a Christmas tree farm, and it's the one people will see first coming into town, making it really bad news for Max and his family's farm. So he has developed this plan. We have a lot of Story and Cole from book 1, because Story is helping Max out. He has this plan that he wants to woo Betty, get her to fall in love with him, and then break her heart so that she skips town. And then he will be fine to have his Christmas tree farm. So Story agrees to help him, and that's kind of where we're at. They're kind of, for example, they go to the fruitcake competition for the Christmas festival thing that we saw in book 1, and Story has a plan to make it so she and Cole have to leave so that Betty and Max are stuck there together. But they're both so painfully awkward that every situation where they're together is just kind of going horrible and she is not being wooed whatsoever. And that's kind of where we're at like the halfway mark. There is this running thing about her hitting him in the hand with cans of Pepsi, which I think is like a nod to the cans of paint in the movies, and it is making me LOL every single time. So it is nice and funny. But it's feeling more like a 3 than a 4, which is sad. I've read both the first one, which is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, as well as I've read Till Summer Do Us Part by Meghan Quinn. I gave both of those 4 stars. This will be my least favorite if I do give it a 3, but it's enjoyable thus far. Just not something I am obsessed with, if you get what I'm saying. Finally done it. We finished Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal, which was requested by you guys here on YouTube. And I did end up giving this one, I fear, 3 stars. Which I personally think a 3-star rating is a good rating. I don't consider that bad by any stretch of the imagination. I've just given all other Meghan Quinn books that I've read 4 stars. And Home Alone is my second favorite Christmas movie of all time. So I was really like hoping that I was going to live, laugh, love this. And I really liked Max/Atlas, his character in the first book in this series. But this one just felt a bit too long. And I don't know what it was about it, but I just didn't feel super connected to Betty as a character. I'm not sure. Overall though, it was fine. I did think like what the third act conflict was very, very, very obvious from the jump that that's what it was going to be. And it was fine. It's a book that I'm literally not ever going to think of again. And like, if you've read the first one, yeah, maybe go into reading this one. My sister's reading this right now though, and she DNF'd book 1 and she's loving this one. So if you didn't love book 1, I would say maybe give this one a shot. There's a very interesting spice scene involving, popcorn garland, so do with that information what you will. But for me, it was just fine. We continued having Max and Betty start to fall for each other, and he pretty quickly, after making the plan to try to get her to fall in love with him and then break her heart, he very, very, very quickly abandons plan. Him and Story are talking, he likes her, and then how does he woo her actually? How does he figure out if she likes him? Obviously, they both like each other. Obviously, if you might think this is a spoiler, I don't. Obviously, she's going to find out about the plan. Duh. We do find out the backstory as to why, her uncle hated him so much. And I'm curious if there's going to be a third book, if it's going to be about Betty's uncle that she was, living with. Darren or Daryl or something. Darius, I don't know. Something with a D. Dwight. So I'm wondering if the next book's going to be about her Uncle Dwight, because that's kind of the vibes I could get, because her Uncle Dwight is the same age as her. He's not old. He's literally went to high school with Atlas/Max. So I could see that happening, and I do think I would like his story, because he had his high school girlfriend died. So I feel like his story could be really good. But I just think that these characters fell a little flat for me personally. So it's a take it or leave it type of book. We still have to do My Friends by Fredrik Backman, and I've really been dragging my feet on that one. I might listen to it tomorrow. I'm going to get the audio on Everand, because I just don't have that in me to read it physically, but she's done. We can check it off the list. Okay guys, I'm about halfway through My Friends by Fredrik Backman. I think I'm just not the right person for his books. They are objectively so well written and so good. I just like trash. This is giving Michelin star, and my favorite food is McDonald's. So, it's kind of tricky, but so basically in this book we have our girl Louisa, and Louisa is almost 18. She is running away from her foster home, and she's at this art gallery looking at this painting. People think she's going to vandalize it. She gets ran out where she meets this guy on the street who she thinks is homeless. Turns out he's actually the artist of this painting, her favorite artist of all time. We're getting bits and bobs about her story as well as her friend Fish, who is her best friend who recently passed away. And this painting is like world famous, and people think that it's like of water. But most people cannot see that in the distance of the painting is a group of teenagers. And they're smiling, but they've obviously been through a lot. So now this guy has passed away. He has willed this like piece of art to Louisa. He bought it back, spent all of his money, died, gave her the painting. And his friend who brought her the painting, I think his name is Todd, she's like, well, I don't have anywhere to go. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, I'm going to get robbed. So they're now, like, on a train, and he is telling her the story. The artist's story, just the story of their friendship. And it's, like, fine. It's giving 3-star. I'm pretty bored, but I felt the exact same way with A Man Called Ove. I just don't think that this type of writing is for me, personally. Yeah. Louisa embarks on a surprise-filled cross-country journey to discover how the painting came to be and decide what to do with it. Yeah, it's literally what's happening. And it's just like, it's fine. This is just not the type of writing that works for me. But I can respect and understand that it is objectively good. I just have bad taste, and that's just my truth. Okay, y'all, this book took me entirely too long to read. But this video took me entirely too long to film. I read this in 2 days. But I am so glad to be done with this video. And this book is now complete. I don't really have anything further to say than what I said earlier in this video. Also, I don't even know that this video was originally supposed to be part of Bookmas. So, I hope you're enjoying Bookmas. But I did finish it. I finished it. I gave it a 3 as predicted. And that's really all she wrote. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on our Bookmas fun. And I will see you next time. Bye.